Welcome back, everybody. It's D with these tackle box, and today I got some really cool lures for you. We're talking about none other than the L&S Mirrolure. Now, a lot of you guys down in Florida, y'all know exactly which lures I'm talking about. Louisiana borders out there, the Texas coastal side. A lot of these older lures were pretty much, instead of L&S, it was just an L because Harold LeMasters was the guy that actually made that. What is it? I think it was called a pike master or a bass master or something like that. They were made out of wood, and they were similar to this one here, but they were made out of wood. This is a plastic one that came after. This is a bass master, and I believe this was from when they were at, was it Clearwater, Florida? By that time, I believe, when they started the plastics in the 1950s, mid 50s, 60s, I believe. And so this right here in wood was your original LeMasters lure, which was the L in the L&S lures. Now, where does the S come from? Well, later on, after Mr. LeMasters had created his lure and was making these out of wood, people started asking him, hey, can you make me one? Can you make me a copy? Can you make me a copy? So he started making these in exchange for other people fishing them. So we got these lures that were really cool looking, made out of wood, and a lot of people started using them. So then he had to take on a partner, which was, if I'm not mistaken, I forgot his last name, Scrawnier or something like that. Scrawnier, that's what the last name was. So it was LeMasters and Scrawnier, and that was the beginning of L&S lures before it became L&S Mirrolures. So the Mirrolures, let me see, the Mirrolures, let me see, in the 50s they started with these plastics after the wooden. So when they got together, they were making still the wooden ones. Then they turned into the plastic ones in the 60s, and I think that's when they moved over to Clearwater, Florida, because I don't remember where they were at before, but it was in another state. And so when they started doing all the plastics in Clearwater, they had different kinds. I mean, they were making some, let me see, that was Mr. L&S right there. Some of these old school ones that had the if you notice the eyeball, it's real like honey colored. Let me see if I can get this thing to focus on here. Right here. It's got the honey colored eyeball, like a flat type of paint, you know. This was their earlier versions of these lures. Here's another example. This one has like a blue trout. Beautiful color. The eyeballs are a little opaque. This is your SK24. So it's a beautiful color right there. I think we got a box for that one. After they moved to Clearwater, they were making them a little bit more, let's see, by the 60s into the 70s, they started changing some of the formula for the way they were making these lures. Then we got, later on, we got these more of a holographic finish. The red eyes came along, 70s, 80s, 90s. And you can see the difference between these and these here. See? And these had inserts at the bottom. The eyes changed. They're a little bit larger, it looks like to me. But they changed the interior. This one looks like it had a foil paper inside too, but they're not the same like these newer ones. So I think this is after they moved to Largo, Florida. They started making these other really cool models and different finishes. Here's another one that I don't know which one this one's called, but it's a beautiful Chartreuse color, and it has a clear body with a foil, you know, wrapped inside, you know. So here you can see the spaces in between. Beautiful lure though, man. I mean, the color is just awesome. I think it would do great in the surf. This one doesn't even have a name on it. I mean, I know it's an L&S, but it doesn't have any numbers or anything like that. So if you might have an idea what this one is, it almost reminds me of those Papa Dog and those Topwater looking type Man, I can't remember the other ones. It's Top Dog and something else. I forgot, but this one looks pretty cool. It looks kind of like those except with the slimmer profile. Then they also put out some really cool colors that you just can't help but pick up. I found this one in a, and I believe this one's called Candy Apple or something like that. Candy Apple Red. And so, if you notice, it's a crankbait, a jointed crankbait. It almost reminds me of the Cordell Redfin, but it's got a foil inside of it. Look at that. That is one beautiful lure right there. This is kind of like your Candy Apple Red lowrider paint jobs on these lowrider cars that you see in magazines, California, all that good stuff. And this one has that same type of cool, nice sheen to it, and it's an actual red molded body with the foil insert just like the other one. So this one's a red one, and this one actually has the Chartreuse in the plastic too, so that's why it looks greenish, that greenish hue. Pretty cool, man. After a while of being over there, they started making the latest ones that, well, not the latest, but some of the latest stuff that they make is just really cool. Holographic insert foils and stuff like that, or foil inserts, and just the patterns are really cool. They're like a, you know, one of those real 3D images type things. I think it would be a great fishing lure right there. Look at that yellow belly, those bleeding hooks. I'm not sure if anybody has used this color or what the color is called, but if you have, let us know in the comments. And so this one here, I thought it was marked. Oh man, I mean, it was the other one. There's a couple of different finishes to this. Here's one that I know I have personally been looking for. These Topwater L&S lures. They're not easy to find, but there's a lot of really cool ones out there. This one here is a 21 LS RT. The RT, I'm assuming, is for rainbow trout, because that's kind of like what the color looks like, but I'm not sure. 24 LS RT. So Topwater was one of the lure models that they had before, just in case you're thinking that they were a new thing after they moved there. It wasn't. It was here's an older opaque eye type of Topwater, and they have a numerical sequence here, 5M11, and it even tells you right there that is a floater. This is your LNS Topwater 5M11. It's pretty cool. I think the 5M11, I'm not sure if it's just for the color, the red head like that, but these Topwaters spinning lures are pretty cool, man, especially for an LNS find in the old opaque color like that. Here we have one. I believe this one is correct to the box. This is a 7M26, and it is a complete NOS Mirrolure in the box. And I'm going to show y'all something real quick. Here it's tagged floater 7M26. But I wanted to show y'all this here. So this has been stored for a long time, and it's got the opaque colors. You can see it's the older version, of course, after the wood. But if I don't know if you can see it there on the camera, but it's coated in that white gunk that we always talk about when it comes to lures. And watch this, you can see how it comes off and it makes it nice and shiny. Well, that's the same kind of purpose that we do with those magic erasers and those soft cloths and things like that. Because if you take something like that and you wipe this guy down, here, I'll show y'all real quick. I have here the lure and this rag here. This is one of those soft polish rags. And I'm going to go ahead and just take this guy and give it a nice little once over. Just enough so I can show y'all the difference. Once you get the, it's the friction and the heat and the careful scrubbing, right? Because if you go too hard with one of those magic erasers, you take the paint. But look at the difference now. and this one can go back in the box. You can treat these, I think, with some alcohol and or a wax compound or stuff like that, and prevent that from coming back as often. But look at it now. So anyways, guys, today's video was just to cover a couple of L&S Mirrolures. I wanted to cover a different company that we hadn't done before, and so that was one of the ones that I had been wanting to take care of, to talk a little bit about. I know there's a lot of guys out there that collect them. There's even a group on Facebook somewhere that a couple of our buddies run or are in that group, and they have their collections displayed there. Well, there's a bunch of other people that are out there collecting these and fishing these. So whether you're a collector or a fisherman, let us know in the comments which one is your favorite color, your favorite pattern. What do you target with those things? And let us know if you've caught anything, and share with us some of the information that you got in regards to these color patterns and the dates and things like that. I have no idea what the color names are on L&S stores, because I'm just now starting to get into those. But I do love the colors that they come in. They have so many awesome patterns, colors, combinations, and just the foils are different. There's different line tie setups, floaters, sinkers, there's suspending ones. I just think that that's a great lure, and it's very, very hard, durable plastic. So I think that when it comes to fishing lures, one of the underdogs that I know is going to have to be L&S Mirrolures. They're not highly sought after, but man, I think if you're one of those people that likes to get ahead of the curve, those are some lures that you're really going to enjoy. They last a long time. You can use them, you can collect them, you can find them, you know, fairly easy, but at the same time, it won't break the bank. So from here at these tackle box to you guys, thank you for watching. If you haven't, like I said before, if you haven't subscribed, please do so, and give us a like. Share us with your friends. And I mean, there's a lot of information on here that we share with you guys. If you know anybody else that likes to do that fishing thing, or the collecting lures, or just for the information that we share, you guys help us with your comments and your information that y'all put out there for us, and we all benefit from the same information that we share amongst each other. So thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, this is D signing off. Peace out.